thank you to those of you that have stuck around for the Christmas series. It means a lot. Now, the 11th Days winner down below. Simple enough, right? That's all I ask. Now, today's prize isn't going to be anything too extravagant. This is the one that I always pick out of my pocket, try to do. Today, this will ship worldwide, by the way, so $22 shipping to those of you in Europe. Got you covered, all right? This might not mean a lot to a lot of players, but trains, harpies, it's a good set all the way around. It's good value. I had one straight box of this sitting aside, and I'm going to give it out to one lucky duelist. Comment down below to get entered. Simple enough, right? That's all I ask. To those of you that enjoyed the series, like I said, thank you. It means a lot. We're going to continue. We'll do this year on Christmas. I really do hope that we see more positivity from you guys, because this has been great. I need to work more with my community because you guys are great. Love each and one of you. Like, you guys make me happy to wake up each day. Let's pass it on over to the final deck profile. Now, actually I lied. So we have more decks. Trust me. These were just picked. These were the ones I needed to get out because they're not necessarily dated, but the information is interesting. We have Rising Rampage. We have the new set coming out. Like, it's fine, but we'll get to those later in the week. Always got to have something, right? All right, now we'll pass it on over to past me, actually. Like how that works. All right, guys, best of luck getting entered, and happy summer of fun. I mean it, guys. Papa Robbie out. The last list I have for you guys today is Boss Rush. Now, don't worry. Just because the 12 days of Christmas is over, this just ends the contest part. I have plenty of deck profiles still left to cover for the new format that you guys are going to get the chance to enjoy over the next couple days. So, contest winner for this is going to be on the discussion tomorrow morning. It's going to be in the description. As always, reach out to me. It's not that hard. Facebook is a beautiful creature to claim your prize. Everything else that has been claimed, been given out, we're good to go. Bada bing, bada boom, zada zing, zada zoo. Number 2, this deck list origin. This is from the last Preview Zodiac tournament, actually. The pick tournament, much like you saw in yesterday's theme, we challenged the players. We gave a cut to 8 decks. We said, all right, first come, first serve, build your deck, give it a shot. One duelist said, all right, I'm going to take that challenge, Robbie, and this is what he came up with. Now, I don't know if I'm a super big fan of this list, but I still want to cover it for, dynamic's sake. So, Boss Rush. Basically, you're going to be involving up here with all of the spaceships. The OCGs tried this as a stun concept. It usually works out there because they have triple copies of Skill Drain, but nonetheless. So, Boss Rush. You cannot normal summon or set during the end phase of the turn that a B.E.S. monster or big core is destroyed and sent to the graveyard. You can special summon one B.E.S. monster or one big core from your deck. So basically, all those ships that you're using are all going to be floating into bigger things. They're beat sticks. Now, we have triple copies of B.F. Zelos. So this is a field spell. So when this card is activated, you can add a Boss Rush, this good card, from your deck to your hand. All B.S. monsters you control gain 500 attack and defense. Your opponent cannot target them with card effects, and they cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. And then once per turn, you can special summon one B.S. from your hand. If a B.S. monster is normal or special summoned to your side of the field, you get to place a counter on it. Now, all of the B.E.S. monsters all detonate when they don't have a counter present on them. It's kind of one of the side effects that they were trying to make the deck balanced in a way. And I don't necessarily think that that was the best way to go about it, honestly, because these guys have enough issues, once again. And like I said, one of the best things that this deck really had going for it was you're a skill drain based deck, alright? You're trying to stall out the opponent by paralyzing them and using monsters to beat them down in a way that, well, you go into a winning position, right? Right, guys? I'm not wrong here. So, let's kind of talk about this deck and see what's going on. So we have triple copies of the B.E.S. Big Core MK2. So if you control no monsters, you can normal summon this card without tribute. When this card is special summoned, place 3 counters on it. Cannot be destroyed by battle. If this card attacks or is attacked, move 1 counter from this card at the end of the damage step if you cannot destroy this card. So this card looks to be a special summon target. Can't be destroyed by battle. With the new B.E.S. Zelos, this actually can't be destroyed by card effects, targeted. This card's actually just a floating war tank at this point. So that's something to kind of understand. You're creating this indestructible boss monster, per se. Just large beaters, by the way. And we have the triple copies of B.E.S. Big Core MK3. If your opponent controls a monster and you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense mode. This card is normal or special summon. Place 3 counters on this card. Can't be destroyed by battle. Can, at the end of the damage step, if this card battles a monster, move 1 counter from this card. If you cannot, destroy it. You can banish this card from your graveyard, shuffle all B.E.S. monsters in your graveyard into the deck. Hey, you kind of see that resource management, right? That you're trying to aim for here. Yeah, you need to focus on it, because in a deck like with Big Core, you're only playing so many little monsters, so you do need to focus more on that. Now, OCG exclusive at this point, B.E.S. Blaster Cannon Core. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can special summon this card from your hand. You only special summon 1 B.E.S. Blaster Cannon once per turn this way. If this card is normal or special summon, place 3 counters on this card. Can't be destroyed by battle. At the end of the damage step, if this card battled, remove 1 counter from this card. If you do not, destroy it. Once again, we have this super large monster. A little bit more stars than it needs, but I mean, your attack range is really good. 24, 27, and 25 with a boost. All right. And then, of course, we have the triple copy, or the 1 copy of B.E.S. Tetran. Normal summon, put 3 counters on it, remove a counter, destroy it. You can remove 1 counter from this card. This is just an 1800 floating ship. Nothing really too special about this guy. Now, we have the triple copies of the Flying Pegasus Railroad Stampede. So if this card is normal special summon, you get to target an Earth Machine monster in your graveyard, except for Flying Pegasus Railroad, and special summon in defense mode, but negate its effects. And then you could target one other face-up monster you control. The level of that monster becomes the level of the other. You cannot declare attacks the turn you activate this attack, except for Xyz monsters. So here's the thing. You're going to use this to kind of try to bring out Machina Fortress out of the graveyard. Setting up a fortress to have a level 7 body is not a bad thing. Actually, this is not that bad at all. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of this in this deck, because I really want to play this deck as a stun deck, but it is kind of nice to see diversity present. And of course, we play the 2 copies of Planet Pathfinder. Tribute this card, add 1 field spell from your deck to your hand. Another way to search for Zelos. I don't know if it's generally the best, considering the terraforming still at 1, but you have more options available to you. Like I said, we have triple copies of B.E.S. Zelos. Best field spell for this deck, by the way. Generally being able to kind of capitalize off of a fantastic engine like this, absolutely. 2 copies of Boss Rush. I think playing 3 of this, it's a little bit up in the air. I think this is fine, per se. You just don't want to be dead drawing all of these. Of course, we have the 1 copy of Monster Reborn for revivability. Remember, getting counters on these guys is really good. 2 copies of Mystical Space Typhoon. Detrimental back row. You can't really afford to discard with Twin Twister, per se, but I do think that this is still pretty much going to clutch down games for you. Triple copies of Pot of Desires. This card is not bad in this deck. You just have to watch your resources. It's not a bad thing to banish certain cards, but by the point you're doing this, just make sure you've kind of started to set up combo, because if you have to banish your B.E.S. Zelos, you're going to have a real bad time, that's for sure. We have the 2 copies of Pot of Extravagance. You don't care too much about your extra deck. I mean, it's here. I mean, things like Draco Sack, making tokens. This build does appeal more to an extra deck-based deck, but it is very much up in the air. I think you can go... I want to play Skill Drain in this deck. I honestly think Skill Drain over the Bombs Trap Hole is a better call for this, but just things to consider. We have the 1 copy of Raigeki for general board nukes. We're pushing for larger damage here, so I don't see any problem with that. You know what I mean? Like, large numbers, things pushing. Yeah, it's pretty okay. 1 terraforming search for Zelos. Triple copies of Virgin Schedule, just a generic blowout card, being able to stick something like this. Stick the Pathfinder. Yeah. Value, actually. Sticking this probably will put you in a winning position. One copy of Bottomless Chapel. Triple copies of Crackdown. Crackdown being able to move a threat off of the field while you're trying to pressure your opponent. Not a bad thing at all. And of course, the one copy of Metaverse. Absolutely going to get the Zelos. Extra deck kind of matters, doesn't really matter. It's kind of up in the air. We have one copy of Lambda, two copies of Zelena Clock Taker, two copies of Cleafor Genius, one Borrelo Dragon, one copy of the True King of All Calamities, one copy of Tornado Dragon, one Great Magius, one Ender Blavnir, one Dyson Sphere, one Dreadnoid and Baguska, two copies of Dracossack, side deck here, two copies of Ash Blossom, one copy of B.E.S. Crystal Core, another copy of Tetran, triple copies of Dark Sanctuary, LOL, two Soul Taker, LOL, triple Twin Twister, another Bottomless, and two copies of Magic Cylinder, wrapping up this list. Thank you all for being here and enjoying the entire Christmas series. It's been a ride. We're going to, of course, do this again at Christmas time. This was just kind of the summer of fun dubbed with Christmas. Hope to those of you that won these contests, you greatly appreciate them. And I'll continue to do more stuff like this as long as we have a backing to do this. So, of course, always like the video, getting into today's contest. And, guys, catch you on the flip side. Peace. The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a Truffle Shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out VanCole40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.